Feeling fresh out there? Which is the better Mayo or Ketchup? Murray Towers. Schellendorf's not bad. And shift something from Shifty Stages. So there's an update. I downloaded the update right before I turned the game on, so I don't know when that update came out. Until next time. What the heck is this? Splatfest T replica? Huh. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we'll look at art at the end. So, like with the original Splatfest, I was Team Mayo. Nothing's changed. Team Mayo's gonna totally win it again. Hey, Tyrell. What's up? Alright, let me check out my gear. Yep. Oh yeah, I can't even mess with that shit. Yep, that all looks like it was. Yep, the Neo Splushomatic. Alright. Gosh, it's been so long. Ooh, I'm gonna have to move the microphone because I just hit it right there. How do you have good gear? I just rolled the dice. So I want to do a practice match real quick. So I'm just going to do a simple single practice match just because I am rusty as shite. It's been a long time since I played. Do I remember the controls even? Here in a minute, let me get a practice match. Let me get a single practice match in first, just make sure I remember how to play. But yeah. Well, I'm gonna mix up the buttons for dive and shoot. I mean, probably not, but I might. You know, I don't really have that good of gear. I mean, look at all the salty sea snails I have. I've almost never spent any of them. Yeah, it's cool that they're doing this again, especially in like these troubled times. It's cool to see them doing like a Splatfest again and bringing everybody back. And well, okay, I wonder how many people are actually coming back. But it's cool to see, because while this game isn't dead, I mean, people still probably play it all the time. It's just they haven't released any new content in a long time. And the Splatfest is cool. Part of me kind of wishes they had done like a new one, right? Like they called. I saw them call somewheres. Ah shit. I saw them say somewheres that this Splatfest is like an encore, right? Like this is their encore Splatfest. Right, one final to recall the good times. And yeah, I guess that's kind of how I think about it. Wow, I'm not getting lucky here. You still play the game every day. I most definitely don't, though. And I guarantee you there's a bunch of people who after the last Splatfest, Chaos versus Order, just stopped playing. Right? Like, that was it for them. Because the only thing keeping them coming back was the Splatfest and the, Salmon Run gear. Which God, I still am missing a bunch of. Like, I got some of it, but then I missed a week. And after I missed a week, it all just went downhill. Or I missed a month or whatever. Did I miss a month? I don't know. At some point, I missed one piece of gear, and that was it for me. You know, I would have thought it would have been bigger right now. Like, more people would be playing right now. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky. This is also Nintendo Switch Online, so... You know, that also probably killed a good chunk of the player base. That once Nintendo Switch Online launched and, like, you need online to play the game, that probably also did some damage. But they did actually renew the free trial. CJ or Flick? Probably Flick. Just because CJ is too much of that, like... What's the word? Like, it's not that it hits too close to home. It's that it's too, I don't want to use the word cringeworthy. That's not what I'm getting at. I don't know where I'm getting at, but yeah. Probably Flick. I could relate to the struggling artist looking for commission way more. Okay, I remember. I still remember some of the buttons. Well, I'll take what I kind of remember. You ready to get communication errors? Because people are gonna rage quit. Oh gosh. You're using motion. Yeah, I use motion controls. I don't know how people... Splatoon does such a good job with the motion controls, in my opinion, that I don't know how people play shooters without them. God, I'm so rusty. God, this one guy. Yeah, I'm forked. Yeah, still, fight on. God, that person, they've killed me like 9 times. Oh, shit. Oh, don't worry, you're not that bad. Splooshomatic's a bad... Really? I like the Sploosh-O-Matic. It's probably my favorite weapon, honestly. It's always just been my... Like... I'm pretty sure I'm just bad. Like, I'm totally willing to admit that. I mean, I've had good times in the past. I like the Splooshomatic. What can I say? I mean, because they I used to love the heavy roller in the first game, but then they just nerfed it into oblivion in this one. At least in my opinion. I know some people do fine with it, but I could not get the hang of it in this one. But I did terrible. Alright. But broad, short-ranged, and inaccurate. Honestly, that's kind of... I know it's dumb, but that's kind of what I like about it. What weapons... You know, let's actually check weapons real quick. Oh, yeah. I used to main Brella. God damn, that's right. Passes 1, 2... Okay, give me a second. I'm just looking at weapons. Yeah, I used to main... Which Brella was it? Was it this one? No, maybe it was this one. God, yeah, I used to main Brella way back in the day. Shit. God. Maybe I'll change it up in a little bit. We're in a team with friends. Is it... Which, God. Or is it just friends in general? No, it's probably... I would have thought that would have worked. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that just took a minute. Ooh. Is it... Ready whenever. And I'll pull up... I have a bunch of topics, because, God, it's classic Splat in chat. Oh, yeah. That's for Animal Crossing tonight. So, yeah. Splat in chat 28. God, it's... I've had no reason to do it since then. I really haven't. I mean, Animal Crossing has just taken all my time. Which I guess maybe that's where I should start with my thoughts on Animal Crossing after 2 months. After 2 months of Animal Crossing, I'm still really enjoying the game. I mean, today's day 65, and all that means that I still have 300 days to go. And I hope within those next 300 days, it doesn't get boring. I would love to, in 300 days, even in just 100 days, still be playing it, still be having a good time, right? But part of me kind of doubts that. Part of me is worried that the game isn't going to last forever. I don't know. I could be wrong. But that's really my big hope, is that I'm still enjoying it, even though I probably won't be. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. But yeah, the updates seem to be pretty consistent in the game. I enjoyed Mayday a lot, but the museum stuff kind of sucked. I'm totally willing to admit that. The museum stuff I thought was kind of... It wasn't, like, bad. Like the Easter stuff. The Easter stuff was bad, but the museum stuff I just outright hated. Or not, the Easter stuff I hated, but the museum stuff was just kind of eh. Yeah, God, I already said all this back a few days ago. Yeah, I'm just excited to see where Animal Crossing goes. I'll hopefully still be playing it, and I mean, doing it on Twitch has been an interesting experiment. Because I used to be a weekly streamer up until, I don't know, probably May of last year. And then I just kind of stopped. I did not stream for like 6 months. And then this year I just came back and, I cannot get out of spawn. They've got me bottlenecked. Bad. Okay. No, that's not bad. Yeah, not bad. Nice. Nice. 52. Wow. I'll take that. Oh, no. Oh, you're king. Nice. What else? Any other hopes I have for Animal Crossing in the future? I like the idea of vegetables. And I guess there was a data mine that came out yesterday, or so. No, it was the official art book, or not the official art book. The official strategy guide made mention of gyroids. So there is a high probability that gyroids are. I mean, we already knew from the data mine, but like with the official book mentioning it, there's a good chance we're getting gyroids here in the near future. So I'm excited for those to come back. I hope there's a section of the museum with gyroids, but we'll see. Yeah, I think vegetables are cool. I still like my idea for food. Like, it's not a perfect idea, but I still think it's more interesting than it just being, like, collectible, than just a simple collectible or an achievement. I mean, I still expect there to be an achievement for food, but... But that'll all come in due time. That'll all come in due time. I wonder how much the COVIDs are going to delay, like, new updates and whatnot. Like, we'll talk about it a little later when I talk about next generation consoles. But I am expecting overall a bunch of delays. And I wonder, and I probably bet some of the Animal Crossing updates are going to be a result of that. Not all of them, but definitely a few of them are going, a few of the updates are going to get delayed. Because of this. I guarantee, like I'm expecting, like, gyroids or fruits and veggies are probably going to be fine. But things like any future things that, like, we don't know about, like, if they... maybe a cafe would be fine. But, like, there's a ton of other things that probably won't be. Oh, he's gone. So, yeah, COVIDs are going to really screw up on everything. But that's... I'd rather be safe than sorry, honestly. It's better to overreact and be wrong than it is to underreact and things go horribly. Or at least that's what the Italian Prime Minister said, and I believe him on that. I mean, I know he's not the only one to say it, but I know he's right. God, it's terrible here in the US with how people are treating this, and like, we gave it the good old college try, but now we're just gonna give up, and God, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. That's true. And we'll see. Yep. Nice. Nice. Cool. Cool. So let's see, what else? Thoughts on Animal Crossing. Why do I have Valorant on here? Why do I have Valorant? What was I gonna... I mean, we're playing a shooter right now, so I had Valorant on here for some reason. 9. Yeah. Valorant. Oh yeah, that's that Overwatch, CS:GO Overwatch game that people are like, oh, this is gonna be super serious, and then like you watch gameplay of it and it really isn't. I don't know. I personally, I don't care for it. I mean, I liked Overwatch when I played it a few times, but it just wasn't for me, and I'll never. And that was only on free weekends because I'll never actually buy that game because of the loot boxes. That was just too much for me, honestly. Like people will say that, oh, it's just cosmetic, but that's no excuse. And Valorant's probably gonna be just as bad. Plus, it's freaking Riot Games, which does League of Legends, and they're pretty terrible in and of themselves. And I hate Valorant's a kernel level access. Like, it's anti-cheat software that's like goes deep into your system. Shit. That's utterly terrible. I hate that like a lot. And then Doom Eternal got that same software, and then they removed it from Doom Eternal. Or at least the developers id Software said they're going to. I don't know if they have yet, but they said they will. So that's good. Good guys, developers of Doom Eternal. Oh, I was trying to get behind that. But yeah, I've seen gameplay of Valorant. I've watched a few people play it and stream it and whatnot. And I just can't get into it. I can't. Like, it's... I mean, I'll never download... And then I know the beta was, like, through, like, Twitch, and you had to, like, watch a live stream of it. And whatnot. God, I could have done better with it. But, yeah, I just... Honestly, I can barely get into shoot. The only shooter I can really get into is Splatoon anymore. Like, I can't get into any of the Call of Duties. I used to like them, but not anymore. Okay, when I say I used to lock the Call of Duties, that was almost a decade ago now. God, it's crazy to think that was the last time Call of Duty was good. But, it's true. Before Activision Blizzard completely sold out. Well, before games were really capable of selling out. I mean, I'm sure they were back in the 360 days, but the one made it possible. Yeah, let's see. Nintendo... So there's a bunch of Nintendo rumors going around right now about the Year of Mario, as they keep calling it. And that's really interesting. A Year of Mario is very interesting. Like, because it's Mario's 35th anniversary, which normally, like, 35th isn't really that big of a deal for an anniversary. It's not 25 or, right, anything like that. But Nintendo seems to be wanting to make a big deal out of the Year of Mario. Or that's what the behind the scenes... Yeah, I know that. I just don't, because I'm dumb. Honestly, one of my biggest shortcomings in this game is checking the map. Like, I mean, I usually do it when I respawn, but I always forget to check the map. And it's a holdover from the first Splatoon, where it was just so easy to look down at the gamepad and see the map. And now in this game, you got to push a button, and I just always forget. It's always been my biggest holdover. And I don't play the game enough to, like, train my brain out of doing it. Ooh. I forgot to change my one. Yeah, so where was I going? So Year of Mario. I'm down for it, honestly. Today is Galaxy 2's 10th anniversary. Galaxy 2 released 10 years ago today, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, I mean, it feels like it was so long ago, but it also doesn't feel like that long ago. That's one of my first memories of E3. Like, I remember watching E3 when they revealed Galaxy 2 and it being, like, such a big deal, because Galaxy was so good. And I was so excited for, like, oh yeah, Galaxy 2. Oh, this is gonna be... Or else you always die. Yep, and there's like I said, there's a reason I'm not good at this game. Your skill level far outpaces my own. And there are a myriad of reasons why. But yeah, so Galaxy 2, so last year, I did a year of, I do theme years on here on Twitch. Last year, I did a year of Metroid, but off stream, I tried to do a year of Mario, where I tried to play through a bunch of Mario games. And during that time, I played through most of the 3D games, except for... I got cornered. I played through most of the 3D games. Except for 64. I played through Sunshine, I played through Galaxy, I played through 3D Land. But I never got around to 3D World, or I never got around to 64, and I played Galaxy, but I didn't do Galaxy 2. And I I started Galaxy 2. I'll admit, I started Galaxy 2. But then I just kind of lost the narrative at some point, because for as many, like, Galaxy kept me playing the entire way through. Galaxy 2 did not. Galaxy 2 kind of lost me. Not, like, maybe, like, not even halfway through. Maybe it was just because I was playing too many Mario games at once. Because I played, like, 4 Mario games in a row. But Galaxy 2 totally did lose me at some point. And I never got back and finished it. I mean, I played through a bunch of Mario games, but Galaxy 2 was at the tail end, and I never did any more than that. Yeah, and then we've got all the Mario games coming out this year. Oh, shit. Ah, I screwed up on my part. Yeah, and so this year... What was I going to say? This year... There's... This... Oh god, I'm completely losing track of the narrative here. This year I'm excited for the for remakes of Galaxy 64 and whatever else they have in store. So good with ballpoint splatting. Yeah. I could never get into splatling weapons. I remember when they were introduced in the first Splatoon, and I was like, oh, these are going to be so cool. And I tried so hard, and I just couldn't. I could never get them. Still not as bad as I am with buckets. I don't know. I like the bucket that shoots the bubbles. That's name I'm forgetting. I like that one, but other than that, I was never able to get into buckets. I tried. Back when the game Splatoon 2 first released, and the Tri-Slosher was so OP, I tried again, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. They're just not my style of weapon. Yeah, so Galaxy remakes, or probably not a remake, but a re-release. 64 I hope is a full-on remake. I like 64 so much. Ooh. I like 64 so much, and I would love to see like a full HD remake, because some of 64 stuff was like 64 DS. I'm specifically thinking of. Had some really good stuff in it, but it just never did me right. Like, the controls in 64 suck. 64 DS. Like it really needs that analog stick to make it good. And the fact that they were missing that really was a big hindrance towards that game. And I hope that in the future Oh, sure. I hope that with 64, a remake, presumably, I hope that they add in some of the content from 64 DS. I don't need all of it. There were some things that I kind of thought were dumb. But there were some cool features that I did like. And I would love to play 64 again. Because there's only like a few Mario games I haven't replayed. 64... Legend of the Six Golden Coins on Game Boy, and what's another one? I don't know, there's like one more. I'd also love to play Sunshine again. Like, honestly, if they could release Sunshine in like a few months, that'd be fantastic. Because Sunshine is such like a summer game to me that I would love to play it again in the summer. But that's a ways away. I don't know. But then we've got all the, so far, right, we've actually got the stuff in the year of Mario that's come out. The first thing is the Mario Maker 2 update, which, so far, I've really enjoyed the Mario Maker 2 update, I should say. I've really enjoyed the Mario Maker 2 update. It's been pretty, there's a lot of new stuff added. I love the worlds feature a lot. Like, that should have been there from the launch of the game, but it's here now, and I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, you know? And so I've enjoyed the worlds feature. I made my own world. It's all based around, like, a single mechanic. But yeah, it was pretty, god, that, it starts off so easy, and it mostly is pretty easy, but then the last level is like, not like dumb hard, but harder than normal. But all the new things are cool, and I still have so many levels. I have, like, 8 more levels ideas that I want to make. But I just haven't had the time to make them yet. Plus, I've been doing the Twitter thing, which I'm actually going to talk about here in a little bit. At some point, I'm going to have to go get water because I'm almost out. And I'm going to talk about that. But, I have I've been thoroughly enjoying the new Mario Maker update. I've played a bunch of people's random worlds. Some of them were pretty good. Some of the worlds I've played have been pretty good. Others, not so much. There have been some bad ones. There have been some annoying ones. Some people have just taken all of their Kaizo levels and put them into a single thing. Wouldn't be Splatoon if you didn't lose connection. That's the Splatoon life for you. That is the Splatoon life. God. Oh, was it 1, 2, 4? Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Mario Maker update looks pretty good. I've been playing 100 Mario Challenge. Still, I will stand by. Mario, like, compared to Mario Maker 1, Mario Maker 2 has better levels, like, overall. I'm paying to play online. And this is what happens. It's just Nintendo has the worst online netcode. Like, Xbox figured this out years ago. Like, Xbox, even PlayStation figured it out. I mean, not as fast as Xbox did, but PlayStation figured this out. And Nintendo just hasn't. Like, I saw somebody did a video about how, like, Nintendo waits for other people to try things. Like, there's a reason the GameCube didn't have online connectivity, is because Nintendo was letting Xbox and PlayStation, to a lesser extent, figure out online connectivity. And the Wii had it, and just the Wii had terrible online connectivity. But by the time the Wii U came around, Nintendo should have had this shit figured out. And they didn't. But they think they did. Or at least that's how I believe it is. I think they think their online connectivity is good, but it isn't. And they think it's good because they think it's worth charging money for. I mean, there's a reason Smash Bros got kicked out of Evo, right? Like, Smash Bros ain't in Evo because of its bad online netcode. But Nintendo, right? It's so funny how just bad Nintendo's online netcode is. Like, if Smash Bros could be a headlining event at Evo, it does gangbusters every time, but because it's Nintendo, nope, their shitty online netcode's holding them back. And God, it pisses everybody off. And for good reasons, arguably, right? They just don't get it. I mean, I'll admit, Splatoon getting disconnected from lobbies, while it's bad, it could be worse. You could keep, like, this could be like Smash, where you just get disconnected mid-game all the time. That would royally suck. But it's never been that bad. Like, at least it's only in the lobbies. So, I don't know. I guess that's me looking for the bright side of things. But God, Nintendo just has terrible netcode. Come on, hit. There we go. Man. One day Nintendo will have good online. It might take another 10 years, and they actually need to buy... You know, if they just bought some servers, it would save us all the hassle. Like, that's it. That's all Nintendo needs, is they need to buy some servers, even if it was just for Smash Bros. Them buying some servers would get Smash Bros into a reputable state, and that's all they need. If Smash Bros was in a reputable state, all the other grievances would just fall in line. Okay, well, and admittedly, that's what, going back to Mario Maker, that's what's holding back Mario Maker, is like, Mario Maker 2 had online play. Great fucking idea. I love it so much. But the online play in Mario Maker 2 sucks. It's, like, it lags every 20 seconds. It's the worst thing imaginable. It's basically unplayable in my experience. I mean, at least Smash Bros is a little bit playable. God damn. I hate Moray Towers so much. It's one of my least favorite maps. God. But hey, it wouldn't be me coming back to Splatoon without some classic Moray Towers. Yeah. So Mario Maker 2's online sucks. But other than that, I'll stand by. The game's pretty good. Oh, I did really bad as well. Now, other than that, I'll stand by. Mario Maker 2 is really good. It lacks some of the charm that Mario Maker 1 had. Part of me wonders, is the reason there aren't amiibo costumes in the game because of the online? Nintendo is backwards enough that I could see them being like, oh, the costumes won't work online. Or, right, it'll, like, be too confusing for players, so let's just take them out altogether. Instead of just not making them work online, they decided to just take them out altogether. I could reasonably see Nintendo do that, just because that be how Nintendo be. They can be pretty backwards like that. It's dumb, but I could see it. But even with the costumes not there, I still think Mario Maker 2 is it's definitely a step up from the original Mario Maker. It's got a lot of new things, and the world map feature is huge. It's an overall really great game. I wish it did better. Part of me theorizes that New Super Mario Bros. U cannibalized some of its sales. Part of me just thinks that Nintendo, like, maybe they should have handled DLC better. Maybe they should have added an extra mode at some point. I don't know. The rumor is that there was supposed to be, like, from behind the scenes, is that there was supposed to be a Super Mario Bros. 2 mode, but because of how the game was considered a failure behind the scenes, they decided to take it out and instead just add the Super Mario Bros. 2 mushroom, which I still preferred to have a galaxy theme. A galaxy theme would have been really cool in my opinion, rather than a Super Mario Bros. 2 theme, which is boring. But hey, the mushroom's a good compromise. Except for the fact that I didn't get my galaxy theme. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Other than that, so the year of Mario still continues. Again, we still have no news, and Nintendo isn't doing anything for E3. They haven't confirmed that as far as I know, but like all the reports from like all the different websites say that Nintendo probably isn't doing an E3. COVID has crippled them in like a way of like getting an E3 presentation together, so they just aren't going to do one. Instead, they're just probably just going to release new information whenever they feel like it. And we've seen the first result of that being the Paper Mario and the Origami King, which was part of the Year of Mario rumor. And so it looks like the rumor does come out. Paper Mario and the Origami King is real. I mean, it didn't name Paper Mario and the Origami King, but it basically did. And I'm excited for it. Seeing all like the people, seeing people like react to the game and give their thoughts and opinions on it, it does look pretty good. I mean, there are still some things I am hesitant about. I'd be foolish not to be. But, I'll take that. But I am still interested in it. I mean, I don't know if I buy it. I did admittedly say a while back that I wasn't interested in a new Mario game until I wasn't going to buy a new RPG until I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I still haven't done. Okay, well, I'm not counting what's the game? I'm not counting not Split, what's it called? Dragon Quest 11. But other than that, I am genuinely like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. Like, we're genuinely gonna get a cool, I hope this game is good. I know they're doing some things differently, but overall, I think it looks really good. Part of me does wonder, though, is the reason we never got another Thousand Year Door is because Nintendo can't make another Thousand Year Door? Oh shit, barely got me on the crossfire. Like, maybe maybe Thousand Year Door is so good that Nintendo knows they're incapable of making another one, so they're just not gonna try. I could see that. I could realistically see Nintendo just never making another Paper Mario Thousand Year Door because they know they can't. Thousand Year Door is as perfect as you can get. It's not actually a perfect game, but you know what I mean. And so they're just not going to try. Instead, they're going to try to do new and interesting things. That round went really well. Really. That round went great. Almost 80. God. Ooh, I got something random. Oh. But yeah, I just that's my I wonder about that. Like, can Nintendo just not make another Paper Mario? Whether they don't know how, or they just think there's no point in trying because the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is so good. It still annoys me that they just won't if they think of it in such high regard, which I know they don't. Partially, why won't they just re-release Thousand Year Door? Like, I would much rather just have I really want a remake of Thousand Year Door, or just a freaking re-release. It still looks really good. So all they have to do is maybe touch it up a little bit, like give it the Twilight Princess treatment, and Thousand Year Door would be right on the Switch would be amazing. But instead, we've got Origami King, and I'll stick with my punches, and I'll roll with the punches. I mean. And I think it could be great. I think it could be not as good as Thousand Year Door, because there are some inherent flaws with it, like character design. Like, the more that comes out about this game, the more likely it looks that we're going to have partners. Cool. That's cool. However, the partners just look to be generic Bob-ombs, generic goobers, generic, insert enemy name here. That's kind of dumb. Give us, like, just, even if you just, like, as people have pointed out, even if you just make the enemies pink, that instantly makes it more interesting. Right? Just giving the enemy a different color makes it more interesting. I know that's not always universally true, because, again, the writing is still a big deal. But what I think I'm more trying to get at is that the character design should match the character personality, which so far that doesn't seem to be the case. Which is a problem. Which that's a problem, I'd argue, because like someone brought up a thing about like character design and looking at all the character, like all the Toads, and how like all the Toads in Sticker Star and Color Splash. Right, how there's a little variety, but then if you look at Thousand Year Door, there's also a little variety in the Toads. But the problem with their argument was that Thousand Year Door was more than just Toads. It had tons of new races, tons of things that we'd never seen before in a Mario game. Whereas this new Mario game is nothing but Toads and Bowser enemies. Give us some new enemies, for Christ's sake. Give us some of the freaking Mario Odyssey enemies. Like, even Mario Odyssey had new enemies. Like, it'd be cool to have a playable companion who's a Gushin. Gushins are cool. But no, that's just not gonna happen. Because 'tis beeth how Nintendo works. It's dumb, but that's Nintendo. They have their own style, and I love it. But it makes them do dumb things. Sometimes really dumb things. Okay. Oof. Nah, barely. Barely. What else did I have about Paper Mario and the Origami King? Potential partners, I don't hate it. The battle system looks... I mean, it's a new twist on the old system. Like, they have this whole rotating platform thing, which I don't hate inherently. Like, there seems to be no cards, no stickers. It seems to be standard RPG style attacks, but instead there's just this rotating thing to add a bit of spice. It's kind of like the Sonic Team problem of you can't, like, all people just want a traditional Mario game, right? People just want a traditional Paper Mario game. People just want a traditional Sonic game. The problem is Sonic Team cannot create a game without a twist. They need a twist. Okay. Sonic just needs a twist in it, and Nintendo thinks Paper Mario just needs a twist, and that's a Miyamoto problem in my opinion. I mean, there was this thing I was reading from the guy who directed Mario Odyssey, actually, about how Nintendo doesn't like stories. All Nintendo cares about is gameplay. And that's the whole Miyamoto problem of the reason we haven't gotten a new F-Zero game in almost 20 years is because Miyamoto just can't think of anything new to do with it. When people, at this point, people don't want anything new with F-Zero. They just want some F-Zero. I mean, the fan base has been beaten into oblivion. But God, it's bad. It is bad. Honestly, I get that. The F-Zero fan base has just been beaten into oblivion, and I wholeheartedly blame Miyamoto for it. I mean, it's not entirely his fault, and thankfully we do have games like Fast Racing RMX, but like a classic F-Zero is all people want, and it's something we will never have. Which sucks, but that's the world we live in. But I would love it. There we go. I would love a new F-Zero game. Just because the only... I've never played GX. The only F-Zero game I've ever played is, what's the one? The original on, NES. Or SNES, I mean. That's it. I've never played any other F-Zero games. But God, I would love for a chance to play a new one. And Miyamoto says there's nothing new he can think to do with the series. But then the Fast Racing RMX people come around and show that there are plenty of things you can do with it. But yeah, I think Paper Mario's in a somewhat similar boat. Where they couldn't think of anything new to do with Thousand Year Door. So instead they were just like, hey, let's just reinvent the series from the ground up. Which I was fine with in Super Paper Mario. Because Super Paper Mario was good, it had good writing, all that jazz. But every subsequent game, well, isn't. Oops. There we go. I don't know, we'll see. And I do think the writing of this new game is going to be good. Whatever I have to say about it, I mean, the writing in previous Paper Mario games has been good. All thoughts to the contrary. And I see no reason why this new game isn't going to be an exception. Ah, shit. But that's a while away. I mean, a while away. I mean, Paper Mario and the Origami King comes out in 2 months. Right now, I'm more focused on, right now, I think Xenoblade comes out on Friday, so that's gonna be a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, we got that. Oh, wow. Broke over 2,000. So, back out for a minute? Okay. Okay, I'll back out for a minute. Okay, Let me look at equipment. Yeah, that's Paper Mario and the Origami King. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I'm sure it'll come out in due time. I guess. Oh, wow, I've only got 3 things left. Ooh. I mean, I could talk about the next generation of consoles for a few hours. Do I not have a... No, I have a white flag. What's the blobber like? I'm gonna try the blobbler. It's been a long time, so I don't remember how good it was, but I'm gonna try it. What happened? Ugh. Cool. Oh, you don't like the blobber? I don't know. I remember liking it, but sure, I'll use a different weapon. See, I don't like the Brellas. I want to use the Brella, but I don't like the Brella during Splatfests. Like, if we were playing, like, towers or clams or whatever, I'd use it, but no. And I don't want to use the dynamo roller just because I'm not good at it. But I do want to switch it up and use a different weapon. I don't know what else is good. Let's just try classic dualies. Can you not? One, two. You really don't like the Sploosh-matic, do you? I still enjoy it. I haven't used dualies in so long. So, what time is it? So I can probably go for another like half hour-ish, maybe a little more. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not maybe I'm in denial, but I still really enjoy it. I mean, we only lost, what, 2 of the matches, and I will admit you probably carried me through most of those, so who knows how much good I actually did. But I still... I'll defend my Sploosh-o-matic. It may be trash competitively, but I ain't playing competitively. I play for fun. Oh god, I've become the very thing I hate. Actually, no, I haven't. I could be a Melee fan. Knock, 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 knock. I don't like Melee. I don't like Melee. Hope you remembered how to dodge roll. I do not, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'll figure out how to dodge roll. Okay, it's that button. I did not remember how to dodge roll. So, let's see. Next up, I got Ghost of Tsushima, which is that PlayStation game that I, so far, have not given a shit about. but then they did the state of play recently, and I actually now kind of get it. I don't know if I'll buy it, because again, it comes out the same day as Paper Mario, so I probably won't buy it. But yeah, new Ghost of Tsushima looks great. Visually, it's beautiful. Visually, I will stand by, it's a beautiful looking game, which is cool. It looks great. Which I know I'm definitely one of the first proponents of graphics aren't like graphics don't make a game. Right? But still, sometimes it's nice to look at something, and God, does that game look nice. I mean, who knows how it'll look in 10 years, but for the moment, it looks great. So I think the first thing that won me over on it was looking at it, there's this, so instead of having, like, a traditional UI and map and whatnot, it seems to have a, instead of, like, it seems to be taking more influence from Breath of the Wild than anything else, and has a system of, right? So, like, in Breath of the Wild, you look at something, you click a button and put a waypoint, and then you start heading towards that waypoint. I honestly had forgotten there was a mini-map in Breath of the Wild, but there is. I just forgot its existence. In Ghost of Tsushima, instead of having, like, a UI or, like, a mini-map or anything like that, or one of those, like, I think of Fallout that has it, one of those, like, little white lines. I think little white line is or little red line is The Witcher. Fallout has the, Fallout has, like, the bar, right? Because you, instinctively in games like that, you look at the bar. I've completely forgotten how to dodge roll. I am terrible. I'm terrible with this weapon. Fallout has the, right, the bar. Ghost of Tsushima has none of that. Instead, you can, like, pick a thing on the map, and then the wind will guide you. You can, like, visually see the wind, and it'll guide you towards the location. Which reminds me of Breath of the Wild. And that system alone has me super interested in this game. The fact that the wind will guide you towards your location, instead of, like, an arrow, or, like, a little red line, or a waypoint on your map. The wind guides you. What a amazing idea. It looks... That alone has me, like, super interested in the game. Because this really does feel like one of the first open world games taking direct influence from Breath of the Wild. Did you know if you don't move after a dodge rail but keep shooting? If you don't move after a dodge... The shots become more accurate. Oh, no, I did not know that. That's interesting. Still terrible with this weapon. Yeah, it looks so good. And I love Breath of the Wild. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So to see games, it's been long enough since its release that games are taking influence from it are great. It's so good to see more games taking influence from Breath of the Wild. And that alone has me more interested in it. There seems to be difference in this game from, like, combat, traditional combat, and stealth. Like, stealth is, the problem with stealth in most games is that it leads to a cock-up cascade where one thing goes wrong and then another thing goes wrong and then it just keeps going wrong. And some games have been able to get through, right? Some games like Far Cry 2, I think, maybe it was Far Cry 3, have been able to work through it. But, like, games like XCOM don't. Or other games with stealth. But I do have hopes that the difference between combat and stealth in this game looks great. It looks good. They showed, like, the same mission from, like, two different perspectives. One as, like, a samurai and one as, like, a ninja ghost. And they both looked great. This game looks really interesting. definitely more credit than I've been giving it in past E3s. Where, I mean, it's all on record. Me just, like, shitting on this game in previous years just because I didn't think it looked that interesting. But I'm totally willing to go back on all of that. Oh, yeah, I see it. Ooh, ooh. There's this moment in the trailer where, like, the samurai's, like, running through the town, or running through the camp, and then gets, like, attacked by the enemies. And instead of, like, one of the enemies, like, cowers in, like, fear of your character, and that's great. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, what was that? Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. So my computer became unplugged at some point. It'll be fine. I just plugged it back in, but it was running off battery power. Huh. Oh, hopefully that doesn't crash anything. Huh. So where was I? But yeah, at one point you see, like, an enemy cowering in fear. Or then, right, and then you, like, kill him. And it's like, what? That's kind of crazy. But it looks cool. Right? It's a cool thing in the game. But then at another point, you see, he's like right before when, like, and that's in the ghost mode, but in the samurai mode, you see him right before, like, a duel. And he just, like, right before the duel happens, he, like, bows to the enemy. And it's like, what? It's the slightest thing. But I love it so much. This game, assuming this is all accurate to the final game, which, I mean, it's 2 months away. It probably will be. It looks, those are both two minor things that look great. And there's a ton of stuff like that in this game. Sure. Oh yeah, that's what I hit. They showed off some of the customization. Remember when games used to have customization? I do. Instead, now tons of games have microtransactions. Except for good old Nintendo. Good old Nintendo, and Sega. I'll give it up to Sega as well. Sega's pretty good at this. But right, like before the days of paying microtransactions for customizations, you just used to be able to customize things. It was great. It was great. And this game showed off all of its customization, and it all looks really cool. Like, there's an entire part where they show off, like, flower dyes. Are you going to try to teach me how to use dualies? Because I was totally fine with just, switch. I was totally going to just change to a different weapon. Like, I was totally fine with doing that. Because I know I'm not good at them. But, you know, I just wanted to try them because it makes for a more interesting stream. But I was totally just going to change to the bubbler. I just wanted to use them a few times. Yeah, I honestly, I know you have it, your intentions are good, but don't waste your time on me. This is probably going to be the last time I ever play Splatoon for at least a few months. I know your intentions are good, but I don't waste your time on me. I'm totally just going to change to a different weapon. I'm going to try out the bubbler. I mean, I'm also going to be terrible at the bubbler, but I'm going to since you don't want me to use the thing so much, I'm just going to, every few rounds, I'm going to change around to a different weapon. Maybe every, like, 2 or 3 rounds. Oh, God, I'm going to completely... Blow bubbler. I'm just going to call it the bubbler. Bubble, bubble. I'm thinking of SpongeBob. SpongeBob, I think, has the bubbler. I'm just gonna change weapons every, like, 2 or 3 rounds. I mean... Well, so Ghost of Tsushima, customization. There's a photo mode. Blubbler is the special. At least call it the Blob. Is there a special called Bubbler? Is there? I don't remember. I don't remember. I didn't remember that at all. So sure, I'll call it the Blob. What the heck? That's not the one with the bubble. The bubbler is the bubble wand. Or am I thinking of a different one? The giant bubbles are the bubbler. Yeah, so I was right about that. Yeah, no, I completely forgot that weapon existed. I mean, I completely forgot its name anyways. Oh god, it's been so long. Yeah, I like this weapon for its range. I think that was it. Because that's kind of what kills me about buckets. Oh shit. I'm gonna be so bad. I'm so rusty with every other weapon. I'm going to be so bad at this. 'Tis the nature of the beast. So where Ghost of Tsushima, it has a photo mode. Honestly, photo modes are not something I realized I needed in games. Like, they're normally not that big of a deal for me. But Breath of the Wild did good with it. Animal Crossing's photo mode is okay. Breath of the Wild did good with it. Mario Odyssey had a good photo mode. Spider-Man, when I played that this year, Spider-Man had a great photo mode. I get the appeal of photo modes now. Like, that's never something I got in the past, but I get it now. Shit, I was wrong place, wrong time right there. God damn, am I bad with this weapon. Photo mode. And as part of this, there's a black and white mode. So you can theoretically play Ghost of Tsushima in black and white with Japanese subtitle, or with Japanese voice acting, English subtitles, with black and white, film grain, and it makes it look like one of those old Japanese samurai movies. That's something that was at no point needed in this game. Like, that was not something they had to do, but goddamn is it something I love. It's that it shows that attention to detail that just looks absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it so much. And then the release date's July 17th. So that's, again, same day as Paper Mario and the Origami King. And I'd probably pick up assuming the reviews are good, I'd probably pick up Paper Mario and the Origami King first. Shit. God, God, I'm terrible at this game. Utterly forking terrible. But, tis the nature of the beast. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima looks... I was not excited for this game at all previously. But now I am. Now I am excited for it. It's only a few months away. God, it's gonna be good to play it. I miss my Splooshomatic. Okay, I'll use the block. I'll try it one more time. Oh, did we? I didn't even notice. I'm terrible. I was looking at my notes in that chat. I didn't even pay attention to the end screen results. I'm still terrible with this weapon. How long have I been going? I can go for a little bit more. A little bit. So what have I been playing? So I really haven't been playing that. I mean, I've been playing Animal Crossing every day. There's been that. I've been playing Minecraft. I'm probably, the reason I have to end off here is because I'm going to go play Minecraft with my family. Like, right after this. So that's probably when I'm going to end off. Here in a little bit. In like, I don't know, like 20-ish minutes. But I've been building a bunch of like different structures. We have like one world and everybody kind of built their house. Family. Mine is it? Use ID. I don't really care. What? I'm confused. Family time is important. Family is one of those values I hold dear. Okay, I think you're talking about me using the whatever. I'm joking about using it, man. It's a joke. I don't have to use it. And I'm gonna try the Brella again. I don't know which, you'd probably know which Brella is better, the normal one or the big one. Because while I have more practice with the normal one, for some reason I wonder if the big one might be better. Or even the I'd even use the undercover Brella. If that's, I don't know, I like the bigger one and the normal one better. I'll wait until after the game, but I'm curious, which one do you think is better? Or do you think they're all terrible weapons? I knew that guy was behind me. But yeah, I'm gonna go after I've made shopping list, I made Mega Tower, I built petting zoo. I did petting zoo like a few days ago. And I've got what other structure? Oh, I built reading room, which is hunt down like all the different mobs. That one was fun. I built a library and it's not a great looking library, but I built it. But God, I just missed all those shots because I'm a terrible aim. There we go. Shit. But yeah, so anything else? I've been playing Minecraft, and then I played, I haven't been playing No Man's Skies. I haven't been playing, Dragon Quest. I'm actually going to start Dragon Quest again in June. I mean, if you watch along with Animal Crossing, yeah, I'm probably going to be talking about that. Depends. Ah, God. Just a little too slow. But yeah, and then but however, there is one thing I've been playing off and on for the past few weeks, and that is Mega Man. For the month of May, I've been talking about this over on Twitter. I've been avoiding talking about this in Animal Crossing, just been talking about it on Twitter and saving it for this. But I've been playing a lot of Mega Man. I bought the Mega Man Legacy Collection, stupid cheap actually. And I've been playing my goal was to get through all 10 Mega Man games. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I was going to forkin' try. And I've beaten 4, and I'm almost beaten the 5th one. I've almost beaten Mega Man 5. And it's because for as much of a fan of platformers as I am, I have never actually played Mega Man. I've never played a Mega Man. I'm gonna try the normal umbrella. I'm gonna go with the normal umbrella. If you want a defensive weapon, use the big one. If you want to maneuver more, move freely. I'm gonna go with the normal one, just because that's the one I have the most experience with. And I do like a little bit of maneuverability, but I don't know. I never really could get into the undercover umbrella. Not that it was too maneuverable for me. It's more that it was I don't remember. I had a problem with it. I don't remember what it was. I'd probably have to play it again to figure out what it was. And again, it's personal. But yeah, so I've been playing through all the Mega Man games. Or at least the first 5. I'll probably beat 6 by the end of the month. And so far, I have really enjoyed them. One's good. One was good, right? It had its moments. It's still a learning curve. 2 was pretty great, right? I get all the enjoyment of 2. I totally understand. Right, it's a pretty great. 2 is pretty great, and I understand why it's held up as like one of the classic games. 3, I think, might be better than 2 even. My problem with 3 was the length. 3 was just a little too long for my liking. I wish it had ended at a point and then it just kept going. That kind of sucked. I wish Mega Man 3 just went on a little too much. But I think, like, level design-wise and boss-wise, it probably was the best one. Shit, I ran out of ink. Mega Man 4 was pretty good. But, like, Mega Man 4 was the first point it was, like, clear that they made all of these games, like, one after another. Because Mega Man 4 really felt like... it was the first time I felt like I'd seen this before. And even though I haven't finished 5, 5 gives me the exact same feeling. I've seen this before. Gosh dang it, I keep running out of ink. I'm just too rusty with this shot. I'm too rusty with this shotgun umbrella. I'll get back into the hang of it in a minute. Hopefully. Maybe that's the reason I never use it for Splatfests. Is that I like the strategic elements of the umbrella more than I like the more than I like the, splatting elements of the umbrella. Maybe that's it. I mean, I could theoretically try the undercover umbrella, because I know that has rapid fire. Ooh, maybe next I should try the Octo Brush. That'd be fun. Yeah, I'll give a few more tries with the umbrella. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's take this. Shit. I can't get anywhere in time. No, they had too much of the center. Oh, wow. 11. God, you did great. 11 kills. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the month of Mega Man has been very interesting for me. It's been an it's just I've always been meaning to play Mega Man games because I love platformers. Like, they're my favorite genre. Oh, our team disconnect. Oh, yeah. I can't back out of this, can I? Oh, you go. I can't back out of this, can I? Ah, whatever. I'm fine. You're here, so yeah, we'll be fine. Um. Um. What else? But yeah, I've always been meaning to play Mega Man games, and the quarantine has given us a lot of free time. I mean, and even if we don't get what we want done, it's still fine because quarantine, right? But I've been trying with Mega Man. I have been trying, and I've gotten by tonight. I'll probably have all 5. I don't know. Maybe probably tomorrow. I'm probably busy tonight because I still got to do Animal Crossing. Play when the game ends. I know that, but by the time I was already in the menu, or I specifically meant to change weapons, but I'll do that next game. But yeah, it's a good excuse to play Mega Man, and next month, even if I don't get all the Mega Man games beaten, I'm probably just gonna move on next month and start the Dragon Quest 11. I'm gonna get back into that because God, I want to beat Dragon Quest 11. Everyone says it's so good, and I gotta figure out about it. Come on, stupid. Oh God, you were right there. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to Dragon Quest, and that everyone says that game is so good, and I have no reason to doubt them. It's so hard for me to play an RPG. I did hear though somebody talking about it and like some of the changes you can make in the settings to make it like quicker or more enjoyable and whatnot. I'll have to find where that was. But I am interested in like, I know there's like a way to like mess with the combat, not to like skip it, but to like speed it up. And that definitely does interest me. But I gotta get back to that. And then maybe I'll get back to Xenoblade Chronicles X. Or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I mean. X is a whole different beast in and of itself. I enjoyed X so much, and it annoys me to this day that I never beat it. Because I know X is a divisive game for many people, but I personally really enjoyed it. I personally really enjoyed X. And I never beat it. You know what? I kind of want to play Splat. Capture the... What's it called? Not Capture the Tower. The Tower mode in this game. Playing the Brella again has, like, made me... I'm going to use the word nostalgic, for lack of a better term, for the Tower mode. Because I used to be really good with the Brella at the Tower mode. God, those were the days. What, that, like, 2 years ago? God, I do want to. Yeah, maybe another day. No. I mean, we have some good area in their zone. I'm having fun with Umbrella. It's... I still like the weapon. It's just... Yeah. The tower... I enjoyed the tower mode. Capture the zones was pretty good. I never could get into clam football. It was just not my style of game. And then, the freaking, Rainmaker, I definitely was better at in the first game than I was the second. I'm gonna try the Undercover Umbrella real quick. Just to give it a try, you know? Did you know that the Umbrella Shield can melee? Yeah, I did. I'm very bad with it, but, yeah. I'm gonna try the under. And then, yeah, but yeah, I legitimately think that's all I've been playing. I've been reading books again, which, I mean, now that I'm not held by the constraints of college telling me to read books, I can enjoy books again by just, like, actually, like, reading them. So that's fun. Nothing I'd recommend, really. Okay, I've been reading XKCD's book, What If? And that's been, pretty good. There's some fun things in there, but... Other than that, I haven't really been, There's a few other things that I'm not gonna recommend. I really need to get around to finishing, is it Mark Manson's second book? The, Everything is Fucked. I don't know, I liked his first book fine enough. But I need to get around to a second one. Because I bought it and then I just forgot about it. I also need to get around to The Witcher. I have the first Witcher book and I just haven't read it yet. Especially after I did like the TV show. And then, I don't know, maybe if the Switch version of The Witcher 3 ever goes on sale, I'll play it. Yeah, anything else? I haven't seen any movies. Oh, I'm still watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think I said I finished book 1 and I'm halfway through book 2. God, Avatar: The Last Airbender is so good. I just got to the part where they introduced Toph. She's still my favorite. But yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is really good. I'm still hesitant about watching Legend of Korra, but that'll come in due time. That'll come in due time. Other than that, yeah, no, I haven't watched any movies, no TV. Well, Legend of Korra. But, those things will all come in due time. Ah, shit. Yeah. We got that. I don't know how we won. Honestly, I mean, we did I mean, me and you walked up all the way up, and then I came all the way back down and got what they had retaken, and then I started working my way back up. And then the other two defended the center. So yeah. Honestly, the undercover, like, I think I don't, well, I don't like it in, like, tower defense. The undercover umbrella, I think, is probably, I like better for this. Yeah. So the last topic I have, which I have admittedly no structure to whatsoever, is, the next generation of consoles, which I've talked about before, but because this is kind of like the special return to Splat and chat for like one final victory lap, encore, whatever, however I'm putting it. And I'm sure I'll talk about the next generation of consoles again in Animal Crossing. Again, 300 days ahead of us. I mean, they'll come out while I'm playing at some point during Animal Crossing. I won't buy either of them, but they're going to come out sometime in the next, by the end of the year. But the PS4 and the Xbox Series X, oh, how ever interesting. It's the next generation of consoles, man. It's coming up. I stand by that it should have started last year, because it was kind of a dead year last year, honestly. But I'll take it started. I'll take it starting this year. I'll take a next generation of consoles. It's gonna be a good time. I do worry about how the COVIDs are going to affect everything. Like, how much are the next generation of consoles going to be butchered by the COVIDs? Like, I'm sure like PS4 will launch with our PS5 will launch with Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm pretty sure Xbox will launch with Halo Infinite. I said Horizon Zero Dawn 2, right? But other than that, I'm pretty sure everything else is going to be, right? Like, not that many games are going to come out because of the COVIDs, right? I think the launch lineup is going to be crippled. I don't know by how much. Definitely by a little bit, though. Definitely by at least a little bit. I'm still sure good games will come out eventually, especially from like Japanese studios will take a hit, but I don't think Western studios will as much. Like, certain Western studios were definitely more prepared for this than certain Japanese studios were. I'll fully admit that. But I mean, time will tell. Like Nintendo and Sony SEI, I think it's SEI, probably aren't. Hey Trent, how you doing? But certain other studios, just like Japanese studios, probably are going to be crippled, and even Western ones that get along fine are probably still going to take some damage from this. Like, this is going to slow down production in some cases, probably not in every case, but definitely in some cases. I do still need a T-Rex skull. That is correct. You still need T-Rex torso? Because if you want to make a trade, I'll make a trade. Later tonight. I'm planning on doing Animal Crossing a little later tonight. Or if you can't do it tomorrow. I mean, I'll hold on to it. No. Yeah. Available all day. I'm doing a layout change on my island. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably be around in I'll probably be back in 6 hours. No, probably 7 or 8 actually. I do have things to do. I mean, I've got Minecraft, but other than that, I do actually have some other things to do today as well. I'm probably gonna end off here in like 15 minutes. Because I do have other things to do, but yeah. Um. Oh wow. I'm surprised I never. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Next generation of consoles, man. But yeah, Nintendo's totally gonna be hit. Like we're gonna see it firsthand with Smash Bros. I mean, we'll probably still get the ARMS characters, but after that, I guarantee you, Smash Bros. Has been hurt by the COVIDs. And the next generation of consoles, I still think they're happening this year, right? All Sony and Microsoft keep saying they're going to happen this year, and China is going to start get up and running again, right? Like they're going to start up production, if not slow. I'm pretty sure they already have. It's just going to be a little slower. But I do think the next generation of consoles is going to start this year. It's just games are going to be slower. And then, like this, I'm sure Nintendo had plans for a year of Mario this year, right? They had all sorts of big plans, and I guarantee those were affected by the COVIDs. Like, whether it slowed them down, or whether they're going to have to push back some of their Mario games to next year, who knows? Maybe they'll finally release Metroid Prime 4, just because some of their newer games are being pushed back, and according to what everything says, Metroid Prime 4 is complete, Metroid Prime Trilogy, not Metroid Prime 4. That's probably getting delayed even worse. I don't know, it is Retro Studios, so maybe not as bad. Besides for, again, restarting the whole project. But I could totally see Nintendo just trying to get the Metroid Prime Trilogy out there. I ran out of ink at the worst possible time. Yeah, it'd be cool. That's one of my biggest regrets from the year of Metroid last year. Was one, I got too busy with college to actually stream at all. But even when I did, I do kind of regret, not getting through Metroid Prime. I mean, it's cool we did Fusion, but Metroid Prime is, like, supposedly this great game, and I ran out of money last year. Or, all the money I had was needed for other things. Like, newer games, and I just didn't have anything to go towards Metroid Prime. And then I plan on making it up by doing, Symphony of the Night, which, again, Metroidvania. But then that just kind of fell apart on me, and and then I was gonna do Hollow Knight, because I couldn't get Symphony of the Night working. So my plan was to do Hollow Knight, but then I had no time to stream. And if it wasn't for COVIDs, I probably would have been fine doing Animal Crossing every day. Especially now that I'm out of college for the moment, I've gotten a little better. But who knows by how much? Right? Like, who knows? I mean, it probably would have just been nothing but night streams, admittedly. I mean, we'll see. I do start college up again in a few months, and that could severely cripple that. I mean, we could go back to nothing but night streams. That's totally within the realm of possibility. We'll see. We'll find out in a few months. If it wasn't for the shield, I totally would have died right there. But yeah. And then next generation, I don't plan on buying. If I buy a PS5, it'll be sometime after launch. Like, it'll be probably a year or two afterwards. Xbone, I don't plan on buying for a while, if at all. I mean, I'm interested in Halo Infinite, but Halo Infinite might not be everything it's cracked up to be. You never know. I hope it's good. Halo Infinite is Microsoft's chance to prove that they can... We lost. Is the chance to prove that they might make good games. We'll have a new TV with it. I haven't heard a new TV. How would that even work? Will I stream Splatoon 2 again in the future? I don't know. I roll with the punches. Maybe. Maybe I will. I don't know. If they decide to do another Splatfest, you know I will, but other than that... So this is the last... No, I can probably get 2 more matches in. I can probably get in 2 more matches. So this one and maybe one other. Like, the person will have to buy a new... There's no way that would happen. I mean, you might... I mean, I know PS4 is going to push... Or PS5 and Xbox Series X are going to push 4K TVs. But you probably... I don't think you'll need a 4K TV to play. I don't think you'll... there's no way. But we are entering the age of 4K TVs and 4K the age of 4K TVs, and 4K is becoming more and more... Honestly, I'd argue 4K has been available, or has been more affordable for the past, like, 2 years. Honestly, if you ever need to buy a new TV around Super Bowl. At least here in America, that's when they're cheapest. Not around Christmas or Black Friday, but around Super Bowl. Will I play Splatoon 3? Oh, you better fucking believe I'll play Splatoon 3. I'm down there. Day 1, I'm down for Splatoon 3. You better believe it. I don't know how long it'll be until we get Splatoon 3. It might not be until the next console generation, or until the Switch 2 or whatever they call it. But I am down for Splatoon 3. My prediction, as I said a long time ago, my prediction is Splatoon 3 will have a Battle Royale mode. I totally can see it happening. Especially with... Because the last Splatfest was Chaos versus Order. And if Splatoon 2 is anything to go by, the Splatfest determines the future of Splatoon. So I can see Splatoon 3 having, like, they'll call it, like, Wasteland. Not Wastelands, because that's what Fallout 76 called it. But it'll be like it'll be like a Chaos mode, where it'll have a giant map, and people will jump into the map, and then it'll be a Battle Royale mode. Probably with Nintendo's infrastructure, it probably won't be any more than, like, it probably won't be 100 people, maybe only 50. But I can see Splatoon 3 having a Battle Royale mode. I can almost guarantee it. Especially because Splatoon 2's big thing was the Horde mode. Which, I mean, admittedly, Horde modes have been around a lot longer than, Battle Royale modes. I mean, the first Horde mode was, what, Gears of War? Which was a big deal at the time. I remember when Gears of War invented the Horde mode. That was kind of a big deal. But I could see Splatoon 3 having Battle Royale. Because Fortnite's making a bajillion dollars. Either that, or Fortnite's going to have a Splatoon weapon or skin in it. Which there has been a data mine recently that had a Nintendo ID in Fortnite. And there has been rumors of a Splatoon thing in Fortnite for a long time now. I could totally see it happening. Splatoon and Fortnite. But I totally think Splatoon 3 will have a Battle Royale mode. I hope the story mode is more like the Octo expansion and less like the default story mode. Because the Octo expansion was so good. And the normal story mode just wasn't. I think we're going to get new DJs. I think Octolings are going to be playable from the start again. I hope whatever the enemy in the story mode of Splatoon 3 is, I hope it's not the Octolings. As far as I'm concerned, after the Octo expansion, they've more or less made peace. So have it be a new villain. Have it be that sort of raise the stakes cliche where the Octolings and the Inklings have to team up to defeat this new villain. What the new villain is, I don't know. But have them team up to do it. Those are some of my hopes for Splatoon 3, or some of my expectations. But, because Octolings went over so well, it was such a great idea. I mean, it was supposed to be in the first game, but it never happened. Yep. If Battle Royale would be a thing in Splatoon. Really, you wouldn't... I mean, I'm sure all the default modes are still gonna be there. But, so this is one final match. So let's go, Splooshomatic. Splooshomatic, come on. Win me my final victory. Hurrah! Fight, Ipatsu, fight! Really, you wouldn't buy it if it had a Battle Royale mode? I honestly, I mean, I'd buy it probably no matter what, but I think it'll have a Battle Royale mode. That's such a big thing in gaming right now. And I'm sure all the default modes will still be there. Admittedly, I don't know if they'll bring back Salmon Run. I could see Battle Royale mode replacing Salmon Run. Oh, too many games have a Battle Royale mode. Oh, yeah. Really? Me switching over to the Splooshomatic really turned you that off? Oh. I'm joking. I'm gonna do terrible. Switch. Too many games. You know, part of me agrees, but really, how many games that have a Battle Royale mode matter? I can think of Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG, and then there's a ton of games that have Battle Royale modes that don't matter. I'm specifically thinking of, I know it was an accident, I'm joking. The Culling has a Battle Royale mode and nobody gives a shit. Of course, the final match is Moray Towers. I wouldn't expect it any other way. Oh god. It has actually been really fun playing Splatoon 2 again. I know part of it makes me want to play more, but I know deep down inside I won't. Don't you mean Fortnite? Fortnite. On some man, I'll stand by. I'm gonna say something that technically that is kind of controversial. Fortnite is not that bad. It's the biggest thing in the world, but it's not that bad. I've played it. I did an episode of In Chat in Fortnite once, as a joke, admittedly, but I did it. And Fortnite's not that bad. It gets a lot of hate because it's big, but that doesn't make it bad. I get the appeal of it. I'll stand by. I liked PUBG. PUBG was a really good... No, okay, it wasn't well optimized. And I don't know if you could call it good, but I would call it fun. PUBG was a fun game. I hope the jellyfish will be playable. Honestly, I'd be down. I'm sure Nintendo has tons of ideas for Splatoon 3. And, again, I like I was talking earlier about F-Zero, right? Nintendo can't make a new game without thinking of, like, a new gimmick or something to twist up the formula. Battle Royale is a twist in the formula. I could even see Nintendo putting their own twist on Battle Royale, where you're given, like, a giant Fortnite-size map, and you're divided into 2 teams, and your goal is to cover the map. It's basically the normal Splatoon game mode, but, like, amped up to 11. Right, where there's 25 players on each team. I could totally see that. I don't think it'll happen, but I could totally see it happening. I think that would be really interesting. A giant game of Splatoon with a giant map and 25 players each. Maybe there's like a limit to respawn, because that's what I'll give Call of Duty, Warzones. It'll start bad like always. I'm sure, and I don't know how the online multiplayer would work. Admittedly, like, Nintendo still has terrible netcode. Like, that hasn't changed. But, I think it'd be cool to have, like, a giant Battle Royale mode. Because, like, that's what I'll give... The Gulag in Call of Duty is interesting because it gives you a chance to respawn. I'll admit, like, Fortnite's addition to the Battle Royale formula was that it... God, I was so close. Splat on the same. Was that it added, like, building. Call of Duty's was that it added the Gulag. Barely won that. And I could see Splatoon adding, right, ink into it. And that would be their new addition to make the Battle Royale mode interesting. Wow, there's a lot of Under level people in there. And hey, we hit champion. Have I ever hit... I would say, have I ever hit king before in like a single episode? But no, I have. There was an episode of Splat and Chat that I think went for 4 hours one time. I think maybe it was 3 hours, but I have definitely had longer episodes. But yeah, I think that's... I'm gonna look at the art real quick. But yeah, for the Splat and Chat Encore, this was pretty interesting. God, I had fun playing. Thanks, Tyrell, for being here. This was great. I had a lot of fun today. Will I play Splatoon again? Probably not. But it was fun doing this. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Any cool artwork? There's always some cool artwork to throw the Mayo. And I didn't even mention the blood and cum. Wait, what? Egg lesbian. Ah, gosh. Please don't think I carried you. I like that one. I like the Zucker. Ah, God, it was fun. It was fun to do this again. Is mayonnaise an instrument of turf war? Oh, God, it's good to be back. For one final encore, this was fun. This was a good time. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'll ever play Splatoon. I probably will at some point, but for the moment, this was good. I had a good time. I'll be back tonight with Animal Crossing again. It probably won't be for another, like, 6 to 8 hours, just because I have other stuff to do. But I had fun today. And then Animal Crossing will continue into the future. Behind the scenes, I call it Animal Crossing Enchant Number Infinite. And that holds true. And then Splatoon launches tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to end it off. I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time. Peace.